You have built the ultimate machine. Your backend is autonomous. Your physical supply chain is headless. Your media engine is synthesizing culture in real time. You are operating at 98% gross margins with zero human headcount. You are highly visible, highly profitable, and therefore, you are now a target. Welcome to the Season 3 finale. We have entered the era of the adversarial economy. If you expose a headless API to the open internet, it will not just be queried by friendly buyer agents. It will be hunted by hostile competitor swarms. They will deploy autonomous agents to scrape your synthetic data moat. They will execute thousands of micro-negotiations a second to map your dynamic pricing floor. They will attempt to bankrupt you purely by forcing your LLMs to process infinite hallucinated requests. The legacy cybersecurity paradigm, firewalls and rate limiting, was built for human hackers. It is useless against a distributed swarm of AI agents that perfectly mimic legitimate machine traffic. To survive, you must ascend from a software company to a sovereign digital state. You must deploy the sovereign network. Let's re-architect your perimeter defense. We are moving from static firewalls to algorithmic game theory. To survive, you must architect a sovereign network, upgrading your infrastructure from static defense to algorithmic game theory. Defense begins at Node 1, the interrogation agent. When an external agent attempts to initiate an A2A handshake, Node 1 does not just authenticate a token. It forces the external agent to mathematically prove its intent. It utilizes zero-knowledge proofs and cryptographic challenges that are computationally trivial for a legitimate buyer with locked escrow, but computationally bankrupting for a hostile scraper. If an agent is flagged as hostile or adversarial, say a competitor's pricing bot, it is not blocked. Blocking provides them with signal. Instead, it is routed to Node 2, the negotiation honeypot. This is a shadow API. It dynamically feeds the competitor's swarm-hallucinated pricing data, inverted feature sets, and degraded context, actively poisoning their synthetic data moat while they think they are mapping yours. Finally, Node 3 is your offensive layer, the retaliatory swarm. In the agentic war, defense is insufficient. Node 3 continuously counter-indexes the competitor's vulnerabilities, outbidding their A2A procurement agents on raw compute resources, and monopolizing the very API endpoints they rely on to function. You don't just defend your territory, you algorithmically starve theirs. In the legacy internet, bandwidth was the constraint. In the A2A economy, inference is the constraint. The metric that dictates survival is your inference-to-revenue ratio. If a competitor can force your edge servers to burn $1,000 in token generation to process their fake traffic, they don't need to build a better product to beat you. They just need to drain your treasury. By deploying the sovereign network, you invert this ratio. You utilize microscopic, highly quantized discriminator models at the edge that cost fractions of a cent to run, forcing the adversary to expend massive, expensive reasoning tokens just to bypass your interrogator. You are weaponizing their own cloud bill against them, forcing them into a mathematical Nash equilibrium where attacking you guarantees their financial ruin. But you must govern your swarm, the containment breach trap. If your offensive agents operate without strict, legally defined bounding boxes, their autonomous retaliation could violate international data laws or initiate cascading market crashes by triggering other autonomous trading algorithms. You must cryptographically tether your swarm to the synthetic board we built in Season 1. Extreme aggression, but absolute formal verification. The transition is complete. You have abstracted away the human from the code, the product, the marketing, and now the defense. You operate an entity that generates wealth autonomously, defends itself ruthlessly, and scales infinitely. You have won the digital game. Your imperative is final. Audit your endpoints. Stop assuming good faith in the machine economy. Cryptographically seal your context. Deploy the honeypots. Secure the protocol. The corporate entity is now perfectly sovereign. But what about the biological entity at the center of it? You. In Season 4, we decouple the founder from the physical grid. We will map the architecture of the sovereign founder, leveraging your AI-generated capital to achieve absolute geographic, financial, and physical autonomy in a destabilizing world. The machine is immortal. Next season, we liberate the human. Stay ruthless.